Terizla is once you go in, it's hard for you to get out. Meanwhile, Lapu you still have a lot of damages,
A lot of
in, and also the shields, and also the spell.
More kits in his.
Definitely.
So is there a change for TLID aside from Rome? Do they go for the Uranus?
Oh, the Uranus, yeah.
Could be the case. It was Sora earlier, and there was barely any. There were no sets at all.
There were sets, it's just not impactful.
Yeah, I think Uranus fits the bill here.
I think that's even worse than a Sora, though. I don't know. Because it's a Badang XP.
The young Stallions is not going to abide by the White Tigers rule. Game 2 is underway.
Potentially the final game of week 7, folks. And let's see if EVOS can pull another clean win, or perhaps, right, the Badang from Iran. Huge throwback. You mentioned it earlier, Miracle. Perhaps that can come to positive outcome for TLID.
It is QC. Let's see the emblems later on if it is a damage. If he goes for the support emblem and Master Assassin, just like the first time, it will be a damage Badang. Yeah, Kyo is actually taking quite a bit of damage, and he actually misses the minion.
This might be bad news for Kyo, but in the mid lane as well. Flat action, but laning phase-wise, Erlan has been playing like hell right here. That's just pressure. The poke is just amazing.
That's Kerlan right there.
Kerlan, baby.
Kerlan. Is the Curl element Keller I mentioned because you're an Onyx fan? I feel like that's a bit biased, Bonnie.
That's Eman.
Emblem by you though. It's a combination of two.
No, it's support emblem and Master Assassin when he went damage too.
Oh.
Yeah. So there you go. Support emblem and Master Assassin. Marksman emblem for Kevin. Nothing changing in all the other roles. No pull yourself together for Trichel. He didn't get a single elimination for such a long time in that game. So he's like, okay, let me ditch this pull yourself together. Let me just go for the safe Inspire.
Yeah. It looks like Fury's also playing it safe, and he has the Elegant Gem ready to be used. So he's not going to get any pokes, or Trichel does not have a lot of pokes in his hands currently. Towards Few, as he's gonna secure level 4 in about a few seconds, but TLID, once again, looks like they're gonna dominate the Turtle Pit.
Yeah, even the Badang. There first, Luke.
Yeah, Luke with a Raven Spider, not on towards Kevin though, on towards Leone. That's a stun. Revitalized Pop will not save Leone. Around now. Whoa! Few finds a steal on that first turtle, and take a look at the collapse by the White Tigers. That's a quick double from Luke.
Man, that is so unfortunate from TLID. I feel like they're not really fully committing enough on towards the turtle.
Dang, the 2-time, man. Putting in the work, yeah. Obviously a missed red tree by Kevin, but the fact that Hugh was there to pick it up, that's crazy. Oh, man. Not even a 50-50, and they got it. I think the early game's already botched now. TLID, such a big portion of their composition relies on the early game. Yeah. Are they already cooked?
That steal?
Turtle 2 will decide it.
Let's see, but that steal might be the steal that won them the series.
Could be.
Might be.
With a lead like this, with a comp like this, this really should have been.
Hold on. Not much going on here, just some pokes here and there. Albert is looking for a gank here. Just gets the crab. And mind you, the one that gets the 2 kills for EVOS is Luke, so he's gonna be even scarier in the second neutral objective.
By the way, I love the decision earlier in that fight to just burst the Kacha instead of, you know, jumping on the, Kevin.
All right.
Pretty much getting the one that's already in front of you, right? Getting the guaranteed win.
Front to back. But hey, it's another reset. 2,500 gold though, as we enter minute 4. That's actually already like a landslide here.
And the mid-prior advantage that Trichel and Leone worked so hard for, it feels like it's gone now.
Yeah. I do agree. That's why I was more of a fan of the lead instead of the Gata Kacha for Prio. But it is what it is. They've made the decision to have a little bit more sustain instead of more damage and lane presence. And you can really see the effects on that now. Can't even go and start the turtle first.
Yeah. They're still gonna force it though.
Not gonna receive pops. Leone here looking for a reposition. Alan jumps in with a blazing duet. Take a look at the gloves again. Kevin taking down Leone's neck on the top and block, baby. And EVOS. It's a different approach from game 1, which was slow and quiet. Take a look at them. Game 2, Iran finds a 3-man stun, but no follow-up damage. The damage from Iran is just not enough to be a threat. 4 kills on the board already for EVOS.
This is too clean.
They're very good. They're
Way
insanely
too
good.
clean. And I gotta question the decision of TLID. You don't. It's not even a 50-50, and you are up against an Albert Suyo.
As I said, Sheffin, this composition relies on them winning neutral objective battles. If they play damage control and leave the turtle, it's cooked anyways. They gotta try something. They gotta gamble with this kind of composition.
I don't know, man. I feel like it's still not a risk worth taken, and you do have that late game insurance and Kyo.
The thing is, EVOs have late game insurance too, and if they snowball, Erlan will just eat Kyo up.
Wow.
And Suyo is there too. There's EVOs, if they get a big lead from just the neutral objectives and then they cut, it'll be the same story, I'd say. So TL, they really need to make the most out of this composition.
Yeah. Even Erlan is just eating all the Synchro Fusion and Chrono Dash, and he's still winning in the, damage threat purely off of basic attack and the Art of Thievery.
Yep, that's the Fighter Emblem, the HS Rush, and the Festival of Blood working double time for you. And also a lead 1,000. Where the heck did that come from? Is that the lane dominance and the activity on the map? Wow.
Might be the case. And also the extra golds from the turtle.
That's crazy though. I didn't expect 1K. All right, even for the jungle is 1K. That's more believable.
And it's gone from bad to worse for TLID. And now, like it or not, they do have to play.
Albert, by the way, beautifully done.
Yep. One missed wave and also some turret hits, and now you are ready to fight in the turtle.
It's bad for TLIDs. They gotta take these fights. With this comp, they gotta.
First halfway pops, real order provision as well. That's a taunt on towards the roamer. That's gonna be Albert collecting the turtle. Take a look at the damage here. Kill. Oh, finds Luke, and Luke will be the first one to fall with Albert. Cleans house, finds Kill, and he will find another. That's gonna be Leone and Kevin taken down by none other than Albert.
You do not want to test the baby alien, man. It was almost 100% that Soul Sever Retry combo from Albert, combined with the fact that EVOS played that, the whole team played that beautifully.
Perfect turtle for the baby alien, and man, this is so clean by EVOS. Erlan's is gonna be MI out, and he's all good. No risk at all for them to play the slow game. It's all up to TLID to fight because they're desperate at this point. And again, maybe many people will be like, play damage control, don't contest the neutral objectives. Well, then the Leomore is useless.
Yeah.
Then you picked a wrong comp.
Hero, yeah. 30 stacks on the Sky Piercer for Albert.
30.
And potentially it's gonna be more, but the time goes on and he's going for Kevin.
Holy moly. That's a non-Bravest fighter, Luke, and he just takes it.
6K in 8 minutes.
It's so beautiful, actually, by EVOS. This is... I think Dewa and Onyx might have another
I was
threat.
about to say that they are... It's not just creeping up. I think they're comfortably in S tier right now.
I think they are. I think it's Onyx, EVOS, Dewa right now. Oh, the top 3 is looking stacked.
Crazy. I want to slot in weak time for that too. Wow. Hey. Whew. Hold on. Okay, Luke, I thought he was gonna go for a previous fighter play, but he is definitely more disciplined currently.
Hey.
That PhD from Few is contagious. And now EVOS is just... In this location, they're just waiting for a forced mistake coming from TLID.
It's insane. It is insane. And take a look at the lead already here. 9 minutes in, that's the Lord already taken by Albert. Nothing that TLID can do.
Oh, man.
Nada.
Not even a retribution from Albert. He's saving that for a more important occasion.
That's a knockup though. That might be the end of Leone, or maybe force AOG, but not just yet. It will force a recall though, as the Lord will spawn instantly here for EVOS.
Man, Like,
So clean.
there's not much to say. Like, we're in a full glaze mode for EVOS currently, and
I mean,
We're
very
so
much
EVOS right
deserving.
now.
Iran actually built that Heptasis. I don't know if
Yeah.
that will do much at this point.
I'm a fam, EVOS fam, since M1 days, man.
All right, Onyx boy, calm down.
No tier turret at all from TLID. So the long lane control will all be EVOS from now on. Lord is still about to come up on top. And I think EVOS will not even force this one out. If there is an opportunity, they will take it, but they're not going to force it. Maybe there's going to be a caster jinx.
First pathway will be dropped. The Holy Shield will find the damage on towards the Lord. EVOS playing it slow, crashing, and triggering all the Holy Shield here.
Yep. I really feel like this is a game where the Uranus would have been better than the Badang, man. Badang is
I don't know.
such a weird pick.
Is weird indeed.
It's all in on like a one-moment team fight, but TLID, you just cannot find it.
At least though, I think in this moment currently, Badang's risk is better than Uranus.
Wow.
Like, you don't want to play Uranus from behind. That's not fun.
Nah.
Yeah. But playing a Badang from behind, at least you can find a moment, right?
Yeah.
At least there's a moment that you can find. Maybe. But then you need someone to open up. There's no one to open up. That's why I felt like the Khalid would have been a better choice in Rome for TLID.
Even throughout all that, Albert is still building that wings. So respect is given, and he's gonna be on his way towards Malefic 4, I believe. It's kind of crazy that Albert, I believe in the previous game, he went for a Hunter, War X, then Malefic. Now he builds the wings before the Malefic.
Yep.
Interesting.
Because he already has a Sky Piercer, and he's already piercing through them. They don't really even have too much physical defense this game. Remember, this is a Badang damage, so literally the only guy with defense is Gatot, so there's no need for him to build Malefic even, I'd say.
Yeah. Just all waiting for the next neutral objective for EVOS.
Yeah.
And I don't think TLID at this point, even with the Leo Mord come, I think it's too late for you to contest.
They're getting frozen right now, man. The only way that they're shoving EVOS or the mid lane is the mid lane so that they can actually control the jungle. But other than that, the side lanes are completely left untouched. They're just freezing it so that TLID are caged into their base, basically suffocating for resources. This is a proper siege. This is how they do it in the medieval days.
Wow.
Starve your opponents in your castle.
Back to the basics. Fundamentals is what EVOS is showing currently against TLID.
That's all you need, man. Fundamentals, not a Hilda Khalid.
I don't know why you would say those two here exactly.
I don't know. This came out to mind. Free neutral objective for EVOS.
And a perfect neutral objective game from Albert. 3 turtles, 2 lures, boards. And this might just be the last Lord. But considering how disciplined EVOS has been so far, they might want to take their time again and just get all the inhibitor towers before they actually strike for the throat.
That might be the case here. Again, EVOS, if they're able to stay consistent playing like this, the high level of gameplay, they will definitely go far this season. So let's see. The Lord is watching top.
I think they were like 1 series away from M7, right? Last season.
Yep.
Yeah.
Might be better currently.
Yeah, let's see here. Potentially the final push of the week. Lord watching top enters the base of TLID. TLID members will clump up and will take care of the Lord and take a look at EVOS. Yep. They're waiting patiently.
No reason to risk it with a 10,000 gold lead building. They can just play the waves again. There's another enhanced Lord minion wave.
Full damage control mode. Luke is looking for his opportunity. Phantom seen by Kevin.
Uh-oh. That's going to be the wave top lane crashing. 2 men immobilized there. The damage from TLID. Uh-oh. Is not enough to really be a threat here for the EVOS formation.
Yep. This is where TLID are still good. That's why they should just risk those neutral objective battles at the start of the game because they still have really good defense anyways, right? At least now, they know that they lost out early game, it's fine. We just go and defend our base with a Harith and a Eve. Especially with the Gatot and Madang, it's always going to be difficult for EVOS to find even a moment to zone because one bad step, one misstep, and you're going to get chain CC'd.
Hold on. Are they overstepping their bounds here?
First pathway on towards Leone. That's gonna be Leone taken very low, taken down. Wow, once EVOS pull the trigger, they are not stopping.
I wonder why no AOG.
Oh, he does have it?
I think so.
Oh, that's interesting. I just want to point out, if I were Luke, I would have gone for Kevin.
Oh, it was on cooldown earlier.
Okay, I would have gone for Kevin definitely, but EVOS again, like they get everything that's already set on the table.
Yeah.
They don't want to reach for another table. They're all content with the advantage that they have, and I guess the objective here to just keep the advantage that they currently are securing.
Man, it's insane. It is insane. And truly, 15 seconds on the clock for the next Newton. I don't see TLID in any scenario, in any verse, win that Lord contest.
Just read out Badang watch party. Someone in the chat said Badang watch party. That is pretty funny, not gonna lie.
Non-watch party.
So far, that has been the case.
Oh
I've been
my
watch
God.
partying.
Thank you for pointing that out. I don't have to take the hit. And now, this is the same jungle position where Ritual was stuck in, so Key can do that again. What happened in the first game? EVOS, though, they're just waiting for a clear advantage here.
Lures, by the way, dropped onto Ritual here, mainly the target. Leone to run a body block, AOG towards the back. No angles are given from side of TLID. Kevin, though, still with the Barbiel, with the Horsey, not able to find an angle. That really shows at least the discipline here. EVOS taking its time. It's going to be the only taking a lot of damage there. The DPS will actually find Key. That's going to be the Roamer taken down. Almost Luke caught there. But with Key gone, it's actually a trade alert for Key.
Yeah, that's the closest thing to a mistake that EVOS did, but nonetheless, it is still a winning trade.
Yeah, it's always so good the way that they are able to Lord Dance and then utilize the aggression of some of their players to then distract the enemy team from the neutral objective. Then they take it, right? It's so, so good. Melfic Gun already done with the winner crown for Erlan. That's going to do him a lot. Gonna give him a lot of benefits later on in the fight against the Harith. And even the Eve plays into it in the winner crown combo. Melfic Roar finally done for Albert as well, now as some more defenses have been built up by TLID. But again, in the XP even, Aran is building full damage. Next up is the Sea Halberd for him. So, not a lot of tankiness at all. It's just the Leomord and the Gatatacha relying on the Revitalize to keep them healthy.
Good use though. Oh, look at that, Blazing Duet.
Oh, Kevin versus Erlan. They're interesting 1v1. The Lord again alone. EVOS couldn't really capitalize here. Maybe, perhaps the next wave as they will push with a glorious pathway. Erlan flickers out. That's gonna be Key taken very low, taken down by Ritual. Here comes the attack by TL now. It's a reposition. Leone taken very low. Kevin still able to deal damage, but Leone will not survive for long. Again, they will lose their bottom side inhibitor. So that's a big win because they got the far lane.
Slowly but surely. Super disciplined. Like, we keep just sounding like a broken record. It's all the same thing. EVOS is just playing with the fundamentals.
Yeah.
And the 3 kills that, again, TLID have been able to get so far is only on the front line. It's just Luke and Key. They are scaling. It is getting better for TLID, but as they are scaling, EVOS are getting new advantages. In the previous Lord fight, oh, good steal by Albert. In the previous Lord fight, they had the far lane control despite not having the base turret. Now they've actually cracked open the base turret in the bottom lane, so they don't even need to send anybody over to the bottom lane anymore. They can just rely on the super minions to clear it out, and then they go neutral objective. They play the Lord Dance all over again, and this time it'll be different. It's an evolved Lord spawning in the Land of Dawn in 40 seconds. So, TLID, this waiting game of theirs, at one point, they're going to have to pull the trigger on a fight. I think this should be time.
Yeah.
Nasty.
And folks, if you're wondering what the hell Aran is doing, like, bro, like, put yourself in this situation. I wouldn't go for a fist crack combo if it's on 5, or if it's on 3 at least.
Yeah,
that's how bad it is
Hail
right
Mary.
now.
This is interesting.
11k gold lead.
20 minutes in. It's not a close game, but it's a 20-minute game.
Yeah, that's why in the win condition, it was play discipline in the late game for TLID. I think TLID have always been a pretty disciplined team all the way from the start of the season in the late game. And that they're showing right now. Dritchel, Kyo, only one death combined from both these two carries. Who are the real carries at this point? Kevin at this point is just another tank, a shadow carry. Someone that can deal damage in the front, but mainly they're going to have to rely on Dritchel and Kyo. And then Aran, that guy is going to have to look for some big sets.
Interesting the airline builds both the Glorious Gold Meteor and also Winter Crown. I guess he wants to be extra safe. There is no need for extra risk, but now Key, really good position.
Oh, that slow push down below is just ridiculous, dude. TLID are going to have to make a decision. They're going to have to just gamble it.
Yeah.
There's no way. Look, they're going to have to deal with it. They leave it, and now it's just Lord Dance for free for EVOS.
At this point, even it is 95-5 or 90-10, you've got to take the gamble.
Yeah, you have to take the gamble. You can't just let the wave crash into your crystal.
Evan will be on the housekeeping duty. TLID still 4. It's gonna be 5 after this.
They pull the trigger as the bottom side is crashing on towards the base. That's going to be real-world information. Take a look at Leone.
Minions.
Take a look, Kevin. That's going to be Kyo finding one. The minions are already touching the base
Minions,
of
the minions,
EVOS. Albert finds a double, finds a triple, and he gets almost
GG.
a maniac.
It's GG.
The Manions are the MVP for this series as the White Tigers will find the win.